Hey everybody, John Craig here with Performance Plus Tennis. Welcome to today's video. We're going to talk about the hottest topic at the US Open this year, and no doubt that is the serve of Coco Gauff and the changes she has recently made. Now, some of you may know from watching my channel here that I am acquainted with Gavin MacMillan, her new serving and forehand coach, and I can tell you from my own experience personally, I think he's going to do a great job with Coco. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of speculation about what he's doing, what he can and can't do before the U.S. Open really begins. I think there's just a couple little things he can do and that he's probably going to do based on what I know about Gavin that are going to make a big difference. I think we're going to see a big change in her serving performance at the U.S. Open this year. But let's get into what I believe her problems are. You might have seen the video that my friend Peter Freeman put out from Crunch Time Coaching a couple of days ago on Coco's serve. And his analysis about her pulling her head down is in fact true. But I look at that as more of a symptom rather than a cause, because the reason why she's pulling her head down are problems that are occurring before that actual stage in her serve, and you're going to see that here. And what's really critical and important about this is some of the things that Coco's having trouble with on her serve are the exact same things that recreational players like you are having on your serve. It's amazing. Having analyzed and evaluated hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of serves over many years, I can see the same things happening. And I'm going to reveal that for you in this lesson here. It's going to help you with your serve very much. So let's tear into it and take a good look at Coco's serve and figure out what's really happening here. So there's so much speculation going on about her serve and what's wrong with it, and all these people are saying things. In fact, I was watching the Tennis Channel today and Coco Vandeweghe said that she's pulling her left hand too early. That's false. She's not pulling her left hand too early. In fact, if you look at every high-performance professional server, you'll see that when the racket gets to its lowest point in the drop, the level of the racket drop matches or nearly matches the left hand. So we know the left hand or the non-dominant hand has to pull away early. It has to pull away and you get here. So the entire time the racket's rising out of the racket drop to the ball, the tossing arm is already down and holding its position. So that's really not true at all. She's not pulling the left hand too early. So one of the big issues we see with Coco's serve is her posture, of course, and her head. And if you look at it, and we're looking here, you can see that when she's making contact, she's coming from here and she's coming around and she's making contact with her head down and her shoulders on this angle, and she's way off to the right with her contact. Now, if I just come up and level my shoulders, look how this becomes a sidearm swing. Isn't that amazing? She's actually swinging sidearm with her shoulders banked. So for those of you who have ever thrown a ball sidearm, you know how hard it is to get the same degree of power as you're throwing over your head. So she is giving up a lot of power right from that position. Amazing that this is actually happening with a player of her caliber, but she's way out of alignment at contact. Now, the solution to that is getting up to the contact sooner and understanding how to keep her body and her posture together. The problem with Coco's serve is this. When she pulls the left hand, her racket goes behind her back, and you can just look at that. And now if you can see my racket on this side of my body, on the left side of my body, that's called breaking the plane. So what's happening with Coco is she is pulling the left hand and her racket's going this way, and now it's behind her. You can see it over here, and the path her racket is taking is very inefficient. It doesn't work, and it causes a lot of problems. And the reason why she's throwing her head is because she's trying to recruit power that should have been developed long before. So the feeling you want to have when you're serving is that the power is generated right here. It's over. Once that left hand pulls away and locks underneath, it's done. All you got to do is push with your legs, pull the left hand away, and the racket goes along for the ride. She is actually forcing her swing and looking for power very, very late in her swing, and that's causing her a lot of problems. Next problem, if you look at this video, you'll see that her position of her racket is going way behind her. So it's coming around and it's getting way away from her. And look at the position she's in as she's attacking that ball. The leverage is missing completely. Look at that. How could she ever get power from being in that position? So on this particular serve, obviously it looks like she's trying to hit flat. And then notice how her arm actually gets straight before she even gets to contact. So if you're trying to get optimum racket head speed, you want the arm to get to its extended point, comfortably extended point, on contact. If it gets extended before contact and then you go to contact, well, you've lost a lot of racket head speed. And once again, there's a part of her that's trying to muscle through and recruit power very late in this movement. And that's why she's pulling her head down and her body's getting out of alignment, out of posture. So all these things just they blend together. All of these issues sort of blend together. One precedes the other, and then the end result is that head is pulling down and her posture is terrible up into contact. So what is the solution? Well, the solution is to keep the swing more compact and abbreviated. So when you're ready to make your move and you push with your legs and pull the left hand away, watch where the racket goes. Straight up. See that? It goes up. It doesn't go reaching back behind me somewhere and try to come forward. So that's a very weak position. And if she wasn't such a great athlete and so strong, she'd probably end up with a shoulder injury because of the position she's getting that swing into is terrible, okay? So to me, these are really the big issues. She's got a disconnect between when the left arm pulls away and the legs push and when the racket actually moves. And look how the racket falls behind me and goes up. That would make her swing so much more efficient. And then of course, she's got this posture problem because she's getting way out of position. So she needs to understand how to use the non-dominant hand and how to make that swing more compact from here and go up. She needs to swing up and not forward. And she needs to learn how to, that will help her if she can pull that left hand away and rotate the shoulder over shoulder action and get up for contact. It'll make an enormous difference. So what can Gavin do in 3 or 4 days time, 5 days time, to help her actually serve better here at the US Open? And I don't think he can get too technical because you can't make a lot of technical adjustments, but you can change a player's mindset and also their intention. And the big advice I'd have for Coco is this. Think about swinging up and hitting spin, top spin on every ball. Don't try to hit any flat serves in the US Open, okay? Now, if you're up 4-0, 40-love in the second set and you won the first set and you want to pop a couple flat ones, go for it. But her intention to try to hit hard and flat is really, really an issue, okay? So my advice to her is I'm going to hit heavy top spins and slice serves, and I'm definitely going to swing up into the ball, and I'm not going to be coming from behind the ball. And if she has that intention, it might very well help her adjust some of the technical issues without getting too technical, because she can't be out there in the middle of a match thinking too technically about making swing adjustments and so forth. So that would be my advice for her. Now, where do these problems originate? And I don't like to roast other coaches, but I know from watching films and videos and many things that the coach that was teaching her when she was a junior had all the wrong ideas. Okay, he was trying to get her to snap her wrist. He didn't know what pronation is, and he was trying to get her to hit down on the ball and all these things. And she's gotten where she is because she's an extraordinary athlete and that's tremendously driven and has a lot of gifts, not because she understands the fundamentals of what she's trying to do. So she kind of needs to get back to the basics and the fundamentals, and Gavin will definitely help her with that. And I think that you'll see big changes in her serve and her forehand and in her confidence, particularly entering into 2026. I think we'll see a big, big difference. And I think she could be the dominant player for sure over the next 5 to 7 years if she gets some of these things squared away. So before I leave, I just want to say, if you're having trouble with your serve and you'd like me to take a look at it and analyze it, click on the link in the description down below. I have a video analysis program which is very, very successful, helps many players around the world improve their serve technique. So check that out. Click on the link down below. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope this was helpful for you and your serve. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Stay tuned. We've got a lot more coming here at Performance Plus Tennis. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next lesson.